Hello everyone, my name is Ray Bowman and this is my week 3 presentation for MPA 594, our comprehensive exam seminar. This week we're taking a look at a scenario in public administration that needs to change, 3 themes that support potential solutions, and lastly, a conclusion. So my scenario for this week is hiring and retaining talent in local government finance. So we've probably all heard it before, either in talking to our human resources department or even in trying to hire new talent ourselves. It seems that it's been more and more difficult hiring and retaining employees, more specifically in my experience, accountants, since I'm in the administrative services department. And there are several reasons why this can be the case. The private sector can offer higher pay and faster advancement, while public agencies typically face lengthier hiring processes and limited flexibility. It's not uncommon to see recruitment processes take 2 to 3 months between multiple interviews, backgrounds and reference checks, and other clearance procedures needed to get hired. Not only that, but because government growth is tied to council approved authorized positions, the potential for advancement can be stifled. So sometimes you're not getting promoted unless someone leaves or retires. So recruitment and retention is particularly difficult in local government. Not just that, but new talent they're also looking to get into a work environment that offers either remote work or other flexible options. So our goal must be to improve both recruitment practices and retention through engagement, development, and being able to adapt. So to address both hiring and retention, we have to look at three themes to address this challenge. First, we need to strengthen our workplace culture so people feel valued and connected to their purpose. Second, we have to offer more meaningful opportunities for professional growth, even when promotions are limited. And third, we need to make small practical improvements to how we operate, being more adaptable to today's workforce expectations. So these 3 themes can be used to create a framework for long-term and effective change. So first, let's take a look at culture and motivation. In general, people want to work in places where they feel valued, seen, and respected. In that sense, managers need to move away from rigid managerial styles and put in place practices that demonstrate that they trust their employees and that they're held accountable for their leadership. Also, one commonly accepted human need is this idea of belonging. So when people feel their work matters and they have ownership over it, they're more likely to be invested and to stay. A culture that celebrates purpose and contribution can also make government roles more attractive to potential candidates. On to the second theme, which is professional growth and development. In local government, like I mentioned earlier, promotions don't come very often. And again, that's for a few different reasons, but mainly because positions are typically locked in and approved by a governing body. So there isn't usually a lot of opportunities to create a new position or retitle a role unless there's a real need for it or unless it goes through a lengthy, somewhat bureaucratic process. Even though this is the case, there are still learning opportunities that can be provided to employees. In general, employees want to grow, they want to develop, and they want to be recognized for their progress. By offering things such as mentorship programs and supporting their professional development, like encouraging them to attend conferences and networking opportunities for regional associations in their specific fields, we can potentially attract motivated candidates and keep current staff engaged. The third theme is adaptability and modern work practices. So, as a local government employee myself, I understand that change typically happens gradually. Local government organizations don't need sweeping changes to improve hiring and retention. In fact, small practical steps can make a big difference. So, streamlining recruitment processes, say for example, by using AI, or even piloting flexible work options and using newer technology that makes certain processes smoother, can help make the public sector a more appealing place to work. One factor that I've seen make a big difference is the 410 schedule, which is highly attractive for potential employees. Whenever I talk about it to interviewees and potential candidates, they always light up. Who doesn't want a 3-day weekend every week? An organization doesn't have to implement a 410 work schedule all of a sudden. An organization can try, for example, implementing or testing or piloting a 980 schedule first, which is having every other Friday off and seeing if that works for their organization. Or maybe having a flex hybrid option for employees where employees can work from home 1 day out of the week. Incremental change like this can make the public sector look more attractive. So, in conclusion, hiring and retention continues to be a challenge in local government, but it won't be fixed overnight. But by focusing on culture, professional development, and a steady and thoughtful approach to changes, local governments can build teams that stay committed to public service for the long term. So the theories for each of these themes came from a variety of classical MPA theorists. Theme 1 and Theme 2 gleaned from McGregor's Theory X and Theory Y, Maslow's Hierarchy of Human Needs, and Elton Mayo's Human Relations Theory. And Theme 3 touched a little bit on Lindblom's incrementalism. And with that, I'd like to thank you for your time and your feedback. Have a great day.